It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll keep our eye on A.J. Terrell, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Falcons and the Chargers, just ahead on EA Sports.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chargers coming into play. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Herbert going to go to the air right away. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Herbert now. This is swung out to Eckler. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll force a punt on the 3rd and 14. Back to throw here, Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Atlanta sending its offense out for the first time, and for the first time since 2008, it's a rookie who will handle things at quarterback. Out of Cincinnati, the 3rd-round pick, Desmond Ridder.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
12 yards is the pickup, good
for a first down for the Falcons.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, going back to Patterson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. 2nd and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patterson.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
The Falcons at 2-6 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Patterson running between the tackles. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd down, here's Patterson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now Younghoe Koo, who of course used to kick for the Chargers, on for the field goal.
This will be a 37-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive.
And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. So what did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll look to throw here. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
He finds his target, Allen. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. From the 25 on 2nd down. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at the 20. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Here's 2nd and 8. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. after one on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. He'll look to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the 1st half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. And they'll begin by running the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Herbert. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 down.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Taking it about the 1.
Damiere Byrd returning it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 23. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Now back to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Second and 9 now. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons.
Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how...
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll look to throw now on first down.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 3. A quick throw, but incomplete. The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again.
Got his man. It's London. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Back to throw again. Sliding out of the pocket. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Following a touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Chargers offense back onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's got his tight end McKinney right side complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just... On first down, it's Herbert. This is caught by Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Matt Ryan has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Antonio Gibson with a couple of touchdowns there. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers, and they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their 25-yard line. Second half will start with a run by Patterson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Running left, here's Patterson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Eckler now between the tackles.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 12-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw caught here by Bird. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 2nd and 11.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert now.
This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. On the option right, Herbert. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Herbert.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here comes Carter. 35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown.
Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll look to throw.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
This is swung out to Eckler. Dances by him. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A former star at nearby Georgia, this is Sony Michel. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Another carry for Michel on 2nd down.
Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This will get the lead up to 7.
Hopkins' kick is good,
and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen, 34 yards.
And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a two-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And not much. Maybe a yard down in the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
On the option, here's Eckler.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Bird to return from his end zone.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And this will be caught by Edwards.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
Complete to Brian Edwards. It's a pickup of 6.
2nd and 4.
At the 16-yard line.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Up the middle with Eckler. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he is going to have the Chargers' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the 1st down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot, and let them hit you with a pass. No matter what, they did pick up the 1st down.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.